Yeah, I saw this critical need firsthand. Knew this morning we want to introduce you to an Indiana couple who knows the importance of donating blood all too well. Leading up to a liver transplant, Jamie L. Lee was receiving blood products every day. That blood, along with a strange feeling his wife had one day, actually ended up saving his life.
I'm a transplant survivor. June 29th of 2019 is my liverversary day.
Would your husband be here today without those blood donations?
No, no.
I'd have bled out.
There's no doubt in my mind the blood donations made all the difference.
Jamie Lee was diagnosed with liver cancer in August of 2018. He was approved for a liver transplant a few months later, but then things took a turn for the worst in March of 2019 when he suddenly had a gastric bleed.
And I just went to work and had a bad feeling and texted him, and he didn't respond. Went home and found him very confused. And all of a sudden, we realized he was bleeding out, and they brought in a bag of blood. And then when you need the second bag of blood, I don't even know if it was an hour later, they're walking in with another bag of blood, and you pause and you think, that's a different person that just gave that blood. And when the third bag comes through, there are these doctors, there are these nurses, and you're also thinking there were at least 3 or 4 other people that were here, those blood products. And the expiration date makes you literally think about the fact that there was a specific day they stopped and they gave. And that's humbling.
Did those people save your husband's life?
Oh, there's no doubt. When we go to the ER, we know there will be doctors and nurses. We know there'll be equipment and medicine. But as long as there are people donating blood, there are these blood products and these platelets that probably made all the difference in stopping the bleed from the gastric varices. But if people hadn't given it, what would the doctors have turned to patch him through in those moments to keep him alive?
Jamie is a registered nurse himself, so he knows the importance of donating blood.
It is a lifeline. It's the lifeline that people can take time out of their day and to be selfless. They don't know who it's going to go to. And it can be any race, color, creed. It's going to save anybody's life.
Kristen says her church in Zionsville, her neighbors, her family, all came forward asking what they could do to help.
You can do something. You can go give blood. Even if it doesn't wrap around to the person that you're concerned about, you're part of a community that's lifting up these people who are dealing with health crises. That's a really, really important and beautiful thing.
Yeah, and Kristen told me how helpless she felt because there's Jamie, and she's got, you know, her family, her 2 young boys there, and they felt helpless, and she just said, I hope the blood keeps coming.
Yeah.
And at that point you say, I'm going to give blood. It's not going to go to my husband, but it's going to go to somebody else. And, you know, because without that blood, he would not have survived.
That's a crazy kind of thing about you're relying on strangers, and I'm sure that she's probably never going to meet a lot of those people that
They tried to track him down.
Really?
But they, and she told me that, but they said that they just want to keep paying it forward by giving blood. And you can give blood by going to WTHR.com/knockouttheneed.